Hello. In this third module, we'll be learning due diligence and negotiation in M&A deals. Now, what is due diligence? Due diligence is investigation and research. So this is how we can define it, like investigation and research. Because due diligence is a process of gathering and verifying relevant information about a company or any entity at all, after all, but in our case, it is company, it's so that it can help the party or the company which is going to involve into merger or acquisition to make sound decisions based on the information that the due diligence people derived in order to help the management and the shareholders understand the actual scenario of the company with which they are going to merge or with which they are going to acquire or with who they are ultimately going to get acquired. So this is called due diligence. So this is due diligence is also direct as well as indirect. That is, we seek information from the other company. They themselves provide some information. Some information they already provide. Some information we seek from them. And some information we secure from some other sources and might be without telling the other company that we are seeking this information from other sources so that it does not cover up something that we need to extract or that we want to know. And this due diligence should be such that it enhances the quality of information that the party or that the company already possesses. Like we are working for a company and the company already has some information about some other company which is involved in the merger of or acquisition. So with our due diligence, it can help us, it can help the company to get more information that was not already there. So like examples are like that might be related to like a media coverage, that how much coverage it has gotten to media, any enforcement actions or some reputational concerns, even if some employer or some top management personnel is involved into something or some crime or some investigation is going on, like some criminal investigation or some money laundering information, or might be workplace harassment like that. And there may be a scenario of UBO. This is the most significant thing, ultimate beneficial ownership. Like there might be a company, okay, it is benefiting its shareholders, but not necessarily it is benefiting its shareholders only. It might be just in the case of politics, we can see there is a common term, B team. Like this political party or this political person or politician is a B team for some other parties, or that is, he is cutting votes of some other parties. So the same way, who is getting ultimate benefit? So if there is a company, it is owned by its shareholders, of course, but who is getting the ultimate benefit? So is it a shell company only, or it has some arrangements with some other companies, and there might be some NDA signed with some other parties that it is not disclosing. It might be there in the market to spoil the business of competitors as well. So there are a lot of scenarios that those are possible. So we need to gain information about all of them, because ultimately we are going to merge with them or acquire them or get acquired. So we should also know whether we will be paid well or not, or whether we will be entangled into some legal problems or not. That even if we get acquired, then later on they may make some modifications and blame it on us. So everything, we need to also gauge the reputation of the acquirer. The acquiree needs to have full knowledge about the reputation also of the acquirer, and the acquirer should know everything about the acquiree. The same in case of mergers, whether mergers or acquisitions. Now, for buyer, due diligence reduces the risk involved in purchasing another company. So if a company is buying another company, it reduces the risk, because then the buyer has full information based on which he can make sound decisions. Now, adequate due diligence gives buyers transparent oversight and enables an accurate valuation of the target company based on the risks and opportunities it brings along with itself. And then access to this detailed information that is secured under due diligence. This relevant information helps the buyers to make informed decisions as to whether or not proceed with the deal or not, or whether to modify the terms and conditions of the deal, because there may be some information that is uncovered later on. Then the buyer may place his terms and conditions, like he never knew these things, now he has come to know these things. So now he wants such sort of arrangements before the deal can proceed further. Now, how due diligence is good for the sellers? Due diligence provides an indication of the real market value of their company, which in turn allows them to set realistic expectations on the selling price of the company. Otherwise, they can be cheated as well if they do not make due diligence. Like this, if the purchaser is in the need of something too urgently, then he will be willing to pay more price. So these all, the situation of the buyer is also that this also comes under due diligence. This is very practical thing, and people do it so that they can seek a higher price or a better price for their company. Now, moreover, the seller can obtain relevant information on the prospective buyer so that he can also make some financial arrangements which may be beneficial for the buyer as well as the seller, because buyer is presenting his conditions. He is saying he is helpless, he wants these conditions to be fulfilled. But if the seller knows that these conditions, he is saying that he is helpless, but he is not in a helpless